cold. Maybe not. Stupid stuff. Sorry. Nobody's on yet. My phone wasn't off the freaking. Hopefully that stays. No! Frickin' A! Hello. Sorry. Jumbo John. Is it? Yeah, it's still morning. Trying to fix this stupid thing. I don't have time for shit. I need time for that. Well, look at that. That little thing will work. Squeeze a mess. Oh, actually, this would be easier than me holding it. My arm, that shot worked pretty good. That's amazing. But I was just weed whacking. You know, you're holding that thing and tight and pulling the trigger. Yeah, it started feeling that tendonitis. A rubber band. I got press the sleeve of my van to put it on. So anywho, yeah, it's not Saturday morning normally when I do this. I forgot. Well, actually, technically, I was supposed to be off today, the whole weekend. They'll go camping basically, 4-wheeling, and all that rain yesterday screwed up the day of getting some stuff done and get my van cleaned out, whatever. So, and then my garage doors broke again. So, my buddy couldn't come out. Matter of fact, he's not even, sometimes friends that do certain things are not most reliable. I get it. Everybody's busy, especially when you're like a one-man show, like my friend is, Chris. Yeah, stupid door. So, I gotta get that fixed desperately. Well, I'm working today, this shop. I wasn't in my plans. And I've said this, so far the whole year has not gone as planned, pretty much, majority of everything. Crazy, stupid. Life happens. What else? But I won't be here tomorrow. So all day tomorrow. Come back Sunday morning, I guess. I don't know. We'll see what happens. The weather's supposed to be nice, not as hot. Thank God. Even riding that 4-wheeler, man, the heat coming from that thing gets you a little toasty. But what else? So, it's gonna be open 12 to 5 today. I will be there. Not tomorrow. Hopefully, everything's okay. If I would have to work tomorrow, I'm gonna be very unhappy. But so it happens. I'm just more and more can't wait to retire. Semi-retire. I don't want to have to be bogged down by anything anymore. So that's life goals. Get out of the rat race and bullshit. Tired of fixing shit. I need the building sold, or I need to win the lottery. What else? Just you and me, John. People are still working. Not quite lunch break. But people could go back and watch the show. I thought about doing just recording it, downloading it, and then posting it in the morning. But I don't know. Then it takes a while. You have to download it and or whatever. Live shows so much easier for someone that's not technically advanced or does anything fancy. But rants. What was it, early this week? Yeah. I had on the Facebook page, well, I posted something that I think I talked about a little bit on Tuesday. I had a fish friend from out of state, Texas, Arizona. I can't remember. I never met him. Seems like a cool guy. We talk fish stuff and sometimes other things, but sent me a picture, screenshot of this auction, whatever it was. I'm not sure exactly what it was. Um, Never heard of it, but there was a Phenocylus, Placidochromis phenocylus OB cross hybrid. And it wasn't that nice of a fish, like a normal OB peacock, more or less. And fins are clamped. To me, it looked like it was coming down with something. Probably because it's put in this tank somewhere or whatever. It looked like it's going to end up with parasites, ick, or something. But it was $381 was the bid on, or something crazy. It supposedly went up to over $400. People are out of their freaking minds. If you want to blow money, just I'll give you my address. You can mail me a check or PayPal me $300-400. I put a better use than buying that shit fish. So some people, there's people that get on my page, never seen, don't know how, don't know why. They were on my page, but commenting on that picture, knew the person that breeds all these hybrids, crazy stuff or something. I don't know exactly. I think there's one couple kind of local here, friends with somebody that's from California over there that does this stuff. Whatever, basement, garage breeders, I don't know exactly what the deal is, and they're breeder wannabes, seller wannabes, business wannabes, I don't know. So it kind of was blowing up, and I just watching it, and people talking, some people, Mr. Johnson Larry, I consider him a really good friend from Canada that does the Malawian tours, and he's been going to Malawi doing the trips, dive trips for 20 plus years, and I consider him an expert when it comes to Malawi. He's dove so many areas of the lake and locations, and obviously appreciation for natural fish. So yeah, he made a comment like he doesn't like, he's not a fan, whatever. Then you got fans that people love Frankenstein's fish, OB fish. I'm not totally 100% against it, but I'm not 100% for it. It's kind of like a middle ground. And I get things. A lot of things naturally can happen over years or time, certain things. But, it's become a epidemic in the hobby and or the business is just careless breeding. And, Asians are famous for Frankenstein fish. I mean, the flower horns went through the roof. It was a parrot cichlid, which is a cross of a red devil, which is Central American, and a severum. And, they tattoo the things, they inject dyes in them, they breed them, crossbreed them back with everything and everything you could think of, Texas cichlids. There's a billion things. Now, don't people get what we say confluted or mischaracterized, or what kind of good words? Not everything's hybrid. I've said this before. Angelfish, discus. The angelfish is the known cichlid forever. All derived from a Scolari silver angel. So all these black ones, marbles, kois, whatever, gold ones, red ones now, is selective breeding, just like a lot of live bears. They're not indigenous to any no natural occurrence in native lands where they derived from. It's selective breeding, which I've done many times, like picking out the nicest male peacock, nicest fins, and of course, that's a stud. So you're trying to get better finish, better color, a consistent shape, good stripes. Doesn't mean it's a hybrid. It's selective breeding, and hybrid is two different things. Hybridization is when you crossbreed two opposite species, um, like the parrot cichlid, a Severum South American and a red devil is a Central American, a Midas, whatever, such an elm, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, that's Oh, hi Jeff. Oh, I'm missing. I didn't scroll up. Sorry. Listening, driving. Okay, be careful. Yeah, it's insane what some people. It's like drugs. This hobby could be like a drug addict to some. I actually just went off. Didn't went off, but I cut someone off from buying fish this week. A customer, young guy. Where's Korean in the box? He gets very annoying at times, but he's a nice guy, and I think he means well. But he's addicted, and his circumstances, young, not married, with a woman, total 3 kids, in an apartment, and buying up just everything, and he goes on YouTube and he listens to whoever, misinformation, and just throwing things together, and things are killing each other because he thought it was a deal, and it's been a mishmash and stuff like that. And he would spend hours in the store. I mean, crazy. So, unemployed. Yeah, just not all around. I gave him a heartfelt, not as a business owner. And most businesses would not be upfront and vocal, per se, telling a customer you can't buy from them. But most of these outfits, PSP or some of the other ones, took advantage of them, I think. In another nearby city, whatever, and I asked them the right questions or didn't care and just wanted to get rid of the fish, and just causing problems and him spending more money, and it's just a mess. So I've had people get mad because I refuse to sell to them. And I've been known to be like, "Oh, Dave's greedy. Oh, it's all about money. You're just getting rich. You're freaking morons." I look back at all my years, like, what could I have done different? Or what should I have done? Where I could have gone. If it was about money, I probably wouldn't be right here, right now. I've been offered up to $1 million in the past and turned it down. One of my clients, very well off. I have some very well off, big time clients. I've dealt with all walks of life. Nobody's perfect, by the way. I'm not saying I'm like some whatever above and beyond, but whatever. So, but I've been offered multiple times at different scenarios that probably would have put me in a very well off position, maybe, if I would have took that gamble. But I guess I'm a control freak, kind of. I am, even to this day, if I don't feel like I'm in control, I am. I don't know what anxiety the term definition, but it bothers me. I know how I am, how I do things. I'm not the most organized person in the world, and it drives me absolutely bonkers. But it's my DNA. That's why I'm gonna retire like my dad, and didn't live a whole lot longer after retiring. He did a lot of stuff around the house. He had a full-time job doing things redid his workbench and his back room, made his garden bigger, and caught up on a lot of stuff that just keeps getting put behind. And I got so much fish shit, it's beyond belief. Accumulated a lot in like 47 plus years, I guess. So yeah, that whole thing kind of blew up back to the Facebook page, and I'm just monitoring, watching what's going on, and next thing I know, well, names are popping up not as like individual person, it's with a business name, Empire Dirt Aquatics, whatever, Jeff. I am not friendly to competition. Everybody's, good competition, whatever, It's not the old days, whatever. It's feast or famine a lot of times. So I go against the. I'm gonna pet that freaking tiger the opposite direction and piss it off, I guess. I don't play well with others. I have almost no trust in 99, maybe 95% of the human beings on the planet. No offense, but after my age and years, especially in business, you lose a lot of friends, even good friends, or you thought were maybe best friends. A lot of acquaintances, business people, whatever. You gain some, but you definitely lose some. Business gets in the way of friendship, or friends in the business, and then next thing you know, you're arch enemies. So a lot of backstabbing, a lot of bullshit, drama. I try to stay in my own lane. I used to get in heated things online, forums back in the day. I've had ones that were acting like my best friend, loved my shop, bragged about us, me, the business, whatever, best fish, blah, 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 blah. And next thing you know, they're opening a store down the street or the garage, and then they're trying to steal the customers. And, customers come in like, oh, Steve said he'll sell for 30 and you sell for 40, 50. I'm like, what? Who? Oh, yeah, you used to always come here and you bought all your, what? Oh, yeah, a lot of two-faced, unfortunate people. So, it's like politics. It's bad. I don't like it anymore. I try to avoid. I don't want to be part of anything anymore. No clubs, pretty much no more. I don't want nothing to do with drama, bullshit. No offense to Karen customers, but like Karens and freaking just stupid shit. I don't want nothing. I'm tired. I'm old. I'm getting grumpy, and I just want to live the rest of my life in as much peace as possible. And my next chapter is just trying to stay healthy. So, anyway, getting back. Speaking of, my sister is getting surgery. She has breast cancer. She caught it early, very early. So that's good. Then my brother, as of this week, got his pre-approval for double lung transplant. So he's a veteran, so going through all that red tape and loopholes and rings, and so a lot of stuff goes on beyond fish business and stuff. But so I'm watching the page and all these different people, and I've never seen any post or recall any of these people. So next thing you know, they start talking about buying from so-and-so or each other, or got fish from so-and-so. There's conversations going on. And, of course, I can click on anybody and get anybody's pretty much information. I can find you anywhere in the world. I'm not totally stupid. So, and I'm like, wait a minute, this guy's owns this fish business, or this one's an online. I started seeing all this stuff. I'm like, this is not good. This is you're treading into my business world, my page, which is a legitimate business, not some backdoor operation, garage or whatever, basement breeder, whatever. I started there before freaking internet and Amazon, all this other bullshit. So I'm like, wait a minute, this. I don't even know these people. They're obviously not customers. And I don't ship. It's not like you're coming in my store to spend $1 or anything. And I'm like, all right, I gotta stop this. And I've said this in past shows or things that, don't advertise, don't sell. I have a gut feeling that shit behind the scenes, you can message somebody, whatever, look somebody up, and will bypass me trying to get a deal or buy something from somebody else. And that's pretty that's not good business ethics, morals, or values, or respectful. I don't encroach or go in on somebody else's business page, like business, and try to solicit their customers, their customer base. That's just wrong. If somebody refers me from somewhere else, that's not me directly trying to steal somebody's business. And I put in there, I'm not trying to, take food off, my plate basically, and take away my business or whatever. So I just started banning people, and I'm like going through. I'm like, I don't know what this. And then the one guy's wife, a Karen, basically. Got in there frickin' throwing a fit. I'm an asshole, this and that. And I was going to come in there and spend a couple $100. You don't even frickin' live around here. You know how many times I've heard that frickin' line of bullshit? I don't want your business. I don't want you in there fucking by my store. I can't stand you more than ever. I don't even know you. Now I don't like you at all. You burn that bridge real quick. And then trying to say that, they're making a living paper. Well, do it on your own page, your own business, your own store, whatever. Don't come on somebody else's actual business and talk about doing business with other, businesses. They cannot see the light through the tunnel, or they've got the blinders on. They're that effing stupid. I was getting pretty heated and pretty mad, and then there's coming to their defense, whoever these people are. I don't know, California, a lot of California, whatever. I don't fly an F about California. I don't like California. I have some really good friends, I'd say, in California, but the whole state of California needs military action. That's a whole other subject. Shut it down. It's a piece of shit. So. Yeah, and I'm like, what the heck? And then, was it yesterday morning, the morning before, I got and I got some new followers. I'm like, female. I'm like, who's this? I gotta go and look, and here is a wife or girl or whatever of one of the guys I blocked, banned from the page, whatever. I not even give her a second to try to come on and start calling me an asshole and do all whatever, just my business for some stupid shit they were all part of, or whatever. It's people have no idea what I know. I'm like, I want to spill the beans once I'm done, when I'm like, throw the key and I'm over with. There's so many bad apples in this hobby and business. I agree. What does people do? I'm like, I don't know what boring is. I said that, and like, I got so much. Like even doing this right now, I need to go weed whack, do some maintenance around the building. I gotta go open. Wasn't planned, but now I gotta get over there open. Um, Anthony will be there shortly, so I gotta get hauling. Just get a lot, and they're telling, oh, the lady that was ripping me, the one wife or whoever, um, said I need to move on. It's my freaking business, my page. What do you mean move? You move on. You're on my shit and telling me to basically get off. What? That's so stupid. I'm all for euthanasia. I'm certified, by the way. The amount of dumbness is beyond belief. I'm just in awe. Like, how stupid can you be? So, yeah, I ended up banning her before she could unleash on me. They could show up on here, which I don't know. I have to figure out on Facebook page is how I can make that a members only. I don't know if I can do that. I got to do some homework or get somebody that knows that stuff. And because I go to a lot of pages, see, it's not like a page. Mine's a business page, but I don't think I could do it like I'm like on off grid thing. I'm on some side by side and 4-wheeler pages, and you got to answer a couple questions to make sure you're like legitimate and where you live, what state you live in. You ask like some basic questions, and before you allow them to be part of the group or something, group page or something. I don't know if I could do that with my business page, so I can wean out. There's almost 3,000 followers or whatever I got on my page. I probably can eliminate half of them. And I'm not looking. One thing I did notice though, Facebook keeps like messaging me, and I was going through some, which is mentally exhausting, going through different links and buttons, trying to figure out where, what, and who, and this and that, trying to figure things out on that thing. There's so much shit. But I could monetize the page, I guess. I can make money. I didn't really realize that. I'm a backdoor internet kind of fish breeder. My production is limited and slow as fuck. You're right. And I get it. It's breeders, basement breeders, garage breeders, whatever, wannabes. Though annoying, I'm not. I can't be against it. I just anything that encroaches or anything that's taking away from my business, anything that just I feel. I don't know. I'm not threatened because I knock most people's teeth out. But like this is like your baby. This is like your child, and I'm defensive. And I become offensive because this has been my life for 34 years in business, industry for 40. I mean, all my life since I was a kid. So I'm protective of it. So as long as it doesn't, I've sent people because I'm not really shipping. I don't do too many referrals. Sometimes you don't even refer your own family for things, whatever it is. Because it always comes back and bites you in the ass. You said George can do that, and I'm like, you did it for me, it's fine, whatever. I don't know. I'd call somebody else, fix it. Just crazy shit. But sometimes I'll refer, like somebody's looking for something. Of course, I don't breed or whatever. I said, try, Jim or whoever that might be able to ship you some fish or whatever. Oh no. That's what I wanted. I said at day one I wanted to sell that whole thing over there and just keep the fish room in the basement here, do my other little business here, the little dojo next door, and just the side wholesale breeding business, ship in stuff here and there. Have the maintenance, more of a side part-time business, and wholesale back to the retail would have been like the dream. Would have been the dream thing. But sad, another local. That's we don't, and I get that. Back in the day, there was around here every 5 square miles, every city had 1 or 2 pet stores. There was no such thing as PetSmart, Internet, or Petco's or anything. There was no chains other than Dr. Pet at malls, which wasn't mainly a fish thing. It's always been those dogs and cat sales, and little fish departments. So pet stores were everywhere. So you could always, I started training. I go back thinking I was probably doing when I was in my teens $1,000 a month in the '80s, mid '80s, early '80s, and making hustling, making some money. I had a teller today ask me what about something fishing, all that stuff, and I got started. I'm like, just don't have time for that. But this is one of the main fish that became known for is the Fritosas. That one was 45 minutes away. Yeah, I've been predicting the last year, 2 years, that a lot more stores will close. Some will open but won't last. It's a challenging, trying, blood, sweat, and tear business. And a lot of willpower, a lot of discipline. And a lot of people don't have that. 7 days a week, every day of your life. 12 hours on, 12 hours, just, 24/7. You might as well just put it with livestock. But yeah, I don't know. But I gotta go, unfortunately. I'm late. I gotta fire myself. I can't do that. Oh, I can't turn this over. All right, I know there's only been a handful hanging out. Tomorrow, today 12 to 5. Well, we're gonna be a little late. And tomorrow 11 to 5. If anything comes up, unfortunately, call or email or check the Facebook page or YouTube, whatever. If there's any change of hours and days, I going on a mini little family vacation. Take care, Jeff. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend. Some things are out of my control, and if I'm on vacation, nowhere near here, my family, I can't be at 2-3 places at once. See you, John. So I will. Something comes up, I'll post it right away. I don't know what else I could do. It's caught between a rock and a hard place. So unfortunately, hopefully everything's okay next couple weeks. So. All right, I have to go. Y'all take care. Be safe. Have a good weekend. I'm out. Bye.